Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that every knife on Earth has disappeared. No kitchen knives, no pocket knives, no hunting knives, no scissors, no box cutters, nothing. How would you prepare food, cut rope, build a shelter, open a package? Sounds impossible, right? Yet there was a time when humans lived exactly like that. A time before knives existed. A time when survival depended entirely on human creativity. And the story of how the knife was invented is actually the story of how humanity itself evolved. Let's travel back millions of years and uncover one of the greatest inventions ever created. Our story begins more than 2 million years ago. At that time, early humans looked nothing like the people we know today. They had no cities, no farms, no houses, no metal, no technology. Every day was a battle for survival. Finding food was difficult. Protecting themselves from predators was difficult. Even something as simple as cutting meat from an animal was a huge challenge. When early humans hunted or found dead animals, they couldn't simply pull out a knife and begin cutting. Instead, they used their hands, teeth, and rough objects from nature. It was slow, it was dangerous, and it was extremely inefficient. Then one day, something remarkable happened. Perhaps two rocks crashed together. Maybe a stone fell from a cliff. Or perhaps someone accidentally struck one rock against another. Whatever happened, a sharp edge appeared. A broken stone had created a blade. And for the first time in history, humans discovered something that could cut. This moment may seem small, but it changed everything. That sharp stone became the ancestor of every knife that exists today. Early humans quickly realized the power of sharp rocks. They could slice meat, cut plants, scrape animal hides, break apart carcasses. Suddenly, survival became easier. Soon, people started intentionally creating sharp stones instead of waiting for nature to do it. They learned that certain rocks worked better than others. One of the best was flint. When struck correctly, flint produced razor-sharp edges. Some of these stone blades were so sharp that they rivaled modern steel in cutting ability. Generation after generation, humans improved their techniques. They became the world's first toolmakers. Each new blade made life slightly easier, and each improvement helped humanity survive. Thousands of years passed. Humans became smarter, more organized, more skilled. Then another breakthrough arrived. Instead of simply holding sharp stones in their hands, people began attaching them to wooden handles. This was revolutionary. Now they could control the blade more effectively. The first true knives had arrived. Using plant fibers, animal tendons, tree sap, and natural glue, ancient humans secured stone blades onto sticks and handles. These primitive knives transformed daily life. Hunters could process animals faster. Families could prepare food more efficiently. Builders could shape wood more easily. The knife was becoming one of humanity's most valuable tools. Then, nature provided another incredible material: obsidian. Obsidian is volcanic glass formed when lava cools rapidly. When broken correctly, it creates edges so sharp that they can be thinner than modern surgical steel. Imagine discovering a rock sharper than anything you've ever seen. Ancient people treasured obsidian. Communities traded it across vast distances. Some traveled hundreds of miles simply to obtain this precious material. For thousands of years, stone knives ruled the world. But humanity was about to enter a completely new age, the age of metal. Around 5,000 years ago, people made an astonishing discovery. Certain rocks could be heated in fire and transformed into metal. One of the first metals they learned to use was copper. This changed everything. Unlike stone, copper could be melted and reshaped. It could be molded into different forms. Craftsmen created elegant copper knives unlike anything seen before. People were amazed. The future had arrived. But there was a problem. Copper was soft, very soft. After repeated use, copper blades bent and became dull. Humans needed something stronger. Fortunately, they soon discovered the answer: bronze. By mixing copper with tin, ancient metalworkers created a stronger and harder material. Bronze knives were tougher, more reliable, and far superior to pure copper. This innovation was so important that historians named an entire era after it: the Bronze Age. Across ancient civilizations, bronze knives became essential tools. Farmers used them, hunters used them, Merchants used them. Warriors carried them. For centuries, bronze dominated human civilization. But another discovery was waiting, one that would reshape the world forever. Iron. Iron was harder to work with than bronze. It required hotter fires and more advanced skills. Yet once people mastered ironworking, everything changed. Iron blades were stronger, more durable, and better suited for everyday use. Blacksmiths became highly respected members of society. Inside blazing workshops, they heated glowing metal until it turned bright orange. Then they hammered it repeatedly. Strike after strike, hour after hour, transforming raw metal into powerful blades. The knife was evolving faster than ever before. As civilizations expanded, different cultures developed unique knife designs. Some were designed for hunting, some for cooking, some for woodworking, some for survival, and some became symbols of power. Kings and nobles often carried beautifully decorated knives to demonstrate their wealth and status. A knife was no longer just a tool. It had become part of culture itself. Then came the greatest leap forward in knife history. Steel. By carefully controlling the amount of carbon mixed with iron, blacksmiths created steel, a material stronger than anything they had used before. Steel knives were harder, sharper, longer-lasting, and far more reliable. The difference was extraordinary. A steel blade could perform tasks that would quickly damage older materials. For centuries, blacksmiths refined their techniques. Different regions became famous for their blades. Some focused on flexibility, others on strength, others on razor-sharp edges. Every generation improved upon the knowledge of the previous one. The knife had reached a new level of perfection. Then the Industrial Revolution arrived. Machines replaced much of the manual labor. Factories began producing knives in large numbers. What once required days of blacksmithing could now be manufactured quickly and consistently. Knives became available to ordinary people everywhere. Technology continued advancing. Scientists developed stainless steel. Unlike traditional steel, it resisted rust and corrosion. This made knives more durable and easier to maintain. Soon, modern manufacturing introduced lasers, precision grinding machines, and advanced metallurgy. Today's knives are engineering marvels. Some are designed for chefs, some for surgeons, some for rescue workers, some for astronauts. Yes, even astronauts carry cutting tools in space. Modern blades are tested using science that ancient humans could never have imagined. Yet despite all this technology, every knife still follows the same simple principle discovered millions of years ago. A sharp edge helps humans accomplish tasks more efficiently. From a broken rock lying on the ground, to a handcrafted flint blade, to copper, bronze, iron, steel, and finally the advanced knives of today. The knife has been one of humanity's most faithful companions. It helped us survive harsh environments. It helped us build civilizations. It helped us prepare food, create clothing, construct homes, explore new lands, and shape the world we live in today. The next time you pick up a knife in your kitchen, remember something remarkable. You are holding the result of millions of years of human innovation, millions of years of trial and error, millions of years of survival. What began as a sharp stone in the hands of an ancient human became one of the most important tools ever created. A simple invention, a powerful invention, and one of the greatest stories in human history.